Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at some of the things that I've managed to pick up in the last week or so. You can see a few of them here. We do have a box from TungHori here, and this box contains a very generous gift from a Patreon supporter, and we'll get more into that in a second. I do want to talk about the fact that I hit 25,000 subscribers most recently, and there will be a giveaway coming up in the next week or so. I have got some awesome stuff to give away. Two things are care of Entertainment Earth, which I will talk about in a future video, and one thing from my personal collection for my Patreon supporters and channel members exclusively to them. So let me just clear the desk a little bit and we'll just talk about some of my pickups and take a look at the figures. All right then, so first of all, very quickly, this is a Lego Star Wars Princess Leia Bossk helmet. It's got 670 pieces. And I just had to have this. As soon as I saw it revealed, I thought that looks really, really good. That'll look awesome on display. I've always liked that helmet design and everything. And in Lego, it looks really good. And what I was thinking about this one was maybe I build it on like a live stream or something where we, you know, basically I'm just talking to you guys whilst building this. Let me know in the comments down below if that's the sort of thing you'd like to see on this channel. It wouldn't be a regular thing, basically. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to maybe just sort of kick back, build some Lego, look at the comments, talk to you guys. You can ask me questions, all that kind of stuff. I think it'll be pretty good. Anyway, let me know in the comments below if that's something that you would like to see. But this looks awesome. Yeah, can't wait to build that, hopefully on the live stream. All right, so in this box is a figure. I've already seen what it is because I have opened it. I knew it was coming. Now, basically, the story behind this is that obviously TungHori, the website tunghori.com, you know, has Star Wars figures for sale. And sometimes they go out of stock really, really quickly. And then he brings them back in stock and then they go out of stock. And on my private Discord channel, which the Patreon supporters and channel members have access to, you know, we share all this information. So somebody will put a post up saying, you know, this figure's in stock, go and grab it if you can. And every single time I missed out on this figure. It just, every time I went there, it was out of stock. So a guy called Jeff, I don't want to say his surname, but a guy called Jeff, who is a Patreon supporter of mine. Thank you so much, Jeff. He said, you've missed out. Don't worry. I've got a spare one to send you. So let's take a look what this is. And there we go. So it is the Mon Calamari pilot from the Vintage Collection. This is the deleted scenes Return of the Jedi. I've always wanted one of these loose. I do have him carded, but I always wanted one loose to go with my other pilots. And he just looks awesome. So thank you so much, Jeff. I really, really appreciate it, buddy. Let's take a look at the figure. He comes with his blaster there. And he looks great, doesn't he? Look at that sculpting. I mean, let me just get a bit closer up for you so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. You can see him a lot better now. Look at the sculpting work on him. Obviously, it's just the Admiral Akbar sculpt, but, you know, fantastic in the pilot's uniform there. And he's just going to go great with the other one. So, yeah, as I said, Jeff, I really do appreciate it, buddy. As I said, every time I went to the website, he was sold out. And it was starting to annoy me because, obviously, you have to pay shipping from TungHori. So you want to sort of, you know, order a few things at once. And every time, he was out of stock for me. But, yeah, thank you so much, buddy. Really, really appreciate that. Awesome, awesome figure. Okay, then, so on to my own TungHori order. Now, this one only took about a week to arrive, and the reason I ordered this was because there was another figure that kept on coming in and out of stock, and I kept missing it again, but eventually he came back in stock and I managed to grab it just in time, and I just put a load of other things in my basket that I thought were good value and looked good, and I'll talk about the reasons why I've ordered each one separately. But first of all, let's just open the box very quickly just to see who I've got, and then we can look at the figures individually. So first off, this is the one that I wanted. This is Darth Plagueis from the 3.75 inch Black Series. We'll take a closer look at him in a second. But he was the one that, you know, kept going in and out of stock, and you know, I managed to sort of get it at the right time. I've also got this droid. I forget his name, but he is from the Battle Above Endor set, I think. So he's one of the pilot's droids. I'll have to look up which one he is. God, I feel terrible not knowing whose droid that is now. But what else have we got in here? We have the interrogation droid, which I thought was pretty cool. This was like super cheap. I think it was about $4 or something. So I thought that'd be pretty good to have with the new Vader. And if we ever get a new Princess Leia, that would be an awesome little piece to have. I think this guy is RX-7, I think. But again, I just wanted the black Death Star droid. Once again, if we ever get a Death Star set or anything like that. And of course, we've got Han Solo and Luke Skywalker in their Stormtrooper disguises. And I think this guy like walks past at the time. You know, they're standing by the lift or whatever. And I think he walks past. So anyway, good one to have. So I got him. He was quite cheap as well. He's from the Legacy Collection Builder Droid. Then a few others that I know other people have got. I think my buddy Nick has got a few of these. This one was from the Resurgence of the Jedi Legacy Battle Pack. A lot of people think that this is the, you know, the best Luke Skywalker that we have, or Farm Boy Luke that we have at present. So I thought I'd get that, you know, because he's going to be a placeholder until we get a new one. And then we have the Dagobah Landing Luke Skywalker. Again, a figure that I've never had loose. I was reluctant to buy this one because the helmet that comes with him is actually the helmet from the X-Wing Luke. So it's not the helmet that actually came with this figure. But I just got past that and thought, no, it doesn't matter. You know, as long as I've got the figure, he looks pretty cool. Once again, I've got loads of pilots. So he's one that I needed. And then we've got a couple of droids. We've got the R2-D2. This was pretty cheap as well with the vac metalized dome. This was the Vintage Saga Collection version, I think. So out of all the R2-D2s that I have, this is going to be one of the best ones. It's a clean looking R2-D2. And it's one of those ones where the light comes down through the center there and lights up his little front light there, or front eye. So we will get all of these out of the package in a minute. And then I got the Vintage Collection R5-D4, very topical at the moment. He's in The Mandalorian. And I've got him because I want to do a comparison for when inevitably the reissue happens, because I'm almost certain that we're going to get a reissue of R5-D4 this year. Hopefully on a Mandalorian card back. That would be nice to switch it up a little bit. Maybe clean him up a little bit as well, because the one in The Mandalorian, I know when he's with Peli, he's quite dirty, but she cleans him up nicely for The Mandalorian. And when you see him in Bo-Katan's ship, he's actually quite clean. This one's got some weathering on him and everything. So yeah, I thought that was a good deal as well to get R5-D4. All right, so let's take them out of the little baggies and just take a very quick look at them individually close up. All right, so this is the one that I really wanted out of all of them. As I said, this is from the 3.75 inch Black Series, Expanded Universe, Darth Plagueis, now Legends, of course. And this is a weird figure, man. Like, look how skinny he is. Super skinny figure. Soft goods aren't too great. They're really baggy. I'm going to have to do something about that. But yeah, I wanted this figure. He's got that separate piece on top there, as you can see there. And also this separate piece over his mouth. Just comes down and he's one ugly looking dude. Look at him. So yeah, awesome to have him. Very pleased with that. Expensive on the secondary market. So when he came up on TungHori, you know, I just had to pull the trigger on him. Really, really cool. Here's Luke Dagobah Landing, which is a really, really nice head sculpt of Luke. One of the better ones, that one. And as you can see, I've just got him there holding the helmet. And he looks pretty, pretty cool. With the lightsaber hanging down from his belt. Has his blaster in his holster as well, which is good. So yeah, nice figure, that one. Here's Luke Farm Boy, and look at that there. That does look like Mark Hamill for me. That's actually not too bad, is it? You know, before he had his accident or whatever, his nose was a bit more pointy, I always felt. But one thing that's just plain awful about this figure is that, you know, those legs are skinnier than a Phase 2 clone that we have VC45. They are really bad proportion compared to the rest of his body. Just almost bordering on ridiculous. He only has the swivel hips as well, and you can just see there is a bit of discoloration on the hinges on his elbows and his shoulders, and I think that's a TungHori thing. I think, you know, the stock that TungHori has, they probably are seconds, so, you know, things that just didn't make the grade, they might have a slightly dodgy bit of paint, or one of the limbs might be a little bit loose, things like that. You know, these things might have stopped it being you know, sent out and put out for sale and what have you, and put into a big bin of sort of reject. But for the most part, everything that I've got from TungHori has been okay. There's been an occasion where I've had, you know, a leg snap off, or I've had, you know, a figure with 2 left feet and things like that. But in the main, you know, they do okay. So that's Luke Farmboy. That's the, I think it's an RX droid, is it RX-7 or R7? Can't really remember what he's called now, but yeah, I wanted, you know, it's exactly the same sculpt as the Death Star droid that we recently got last year, was it? On the classic Death Star droid card back. He's the black version. He's definitely hanging around in the Death Star, so yeah, I wanted him. Here's the droid from the Endor battle set, and I do like the feature on the head here. When you turn that little thing pops out the top and goes back down and goes up around until you get back round to the front again. That's a nice little sort of feature there, and the sculpting work on these are great, you know. So I'm all for astromechs. I want as many astromechs as I can possibly get in my collection, really. So that's one that I didn't have. I think he was, again, in a battle pack. I think it was called Battle Above Endor or something. So pretty difficult to get by himself, I do believe. But yeah, TungHori, that's the place to get him. Here's R5D4, and unfortunately his little antenna has broken off the top there, so I will have to glue that. That's such a tiny piece of plastic. That's just broken in the bag, basically. That was sort of bending around and I've just moved it too much and it's broken off. So I will have to glue that down just to add that back on. But yeah, pretty much the same droid as the one that I just showed you, but obviously in the colours of R5D4. And this is what I was saying about TungHori. You know, you can just see there that the leg is slightly bent. This is quite loose. So, you know, it may not have made the grade for that reason, you know. And that's why TungHori's got it. But, you know, I'm quite happy with it. You can definitely see the weathering on him. I don't think this is like a yellowing or anything from its age. I'm pretty sure that this is like weathering, deliberate weathering on the figure itself. But yeah, that's R5D4. Can't wait to do a comparison for that when hopefully we get a new version. And finally, R2D2. Pretty sure that this is the Vintage Saga collection one that you get on the card back. These often go yellow. The one that I've got on card back is yellow. So to get a nice clean one like that, I'm not too sure how long he will stay like that for, but you know, he is beautiful and white. And as I say, I think this will probably be maybe the best clean R2D2 that I now have in my collection. So yeah, pretty happy with that one. All right then, so here's a group shot of everything that I've managed to pick up. Nice group of figures, these. Of course, there's all the ones that I got from TungHori myself, and then the Mon Calamari pilot was a very generous gift from Jeff, who's a Patreon supporter. So thank you once again, Jeff. Really appreciate it, mate. Been so long trying to get that figure now, and now I have it in my collection, so thank you. All right then, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know if you've ordered from TungHori. This isn't the first TungHori video I've done. I've done before on my channel, so you've probably seen me buy stuff from TungHori before. I'm sure you've bought things from him as well, but if you haven't, check them out, see if you like anything on there. And here's the living proof that in the main, most of the things that you get from them are in pretty decent shape. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members, and we shall see you on the next one.